Hello, welcome to my channel, No Future in Fronting, while where thou shalt not front. Um, Today, I want to share a story about shame because yesterday was a monumental day for me. I wasn't expecting it in any way, but it was very, very, very therapeutic for me. And I think that I've reached a very important part in my journey, my spiritual journey and healing. And that's why I wanted to talk about shame and the dangers of it. And so shame is different from guilt because with shame, it's a feeling. It's deeper than guilt. You know, when we feel guilty, we're able to admit our wrongs usually, and make amends to it. Um, but shame is deeper and it's dangerous because what it does is it gives you this feeling of it messes with your worthiness and it gets you feeling like you're alone and that whatever you're dealing with is unrelatable to other people, and that disconnection is what harms us as humans because we need that. And I remember the very first time that I um, felt ashamed, and my very first experience with shame was when I was 7 years old. And I remember I was at Baldwin Hills Elementary School. Woo woo, shout out. I don't know, I love that elementary school. And my mom came to visit me one day during school, like school hours, and she came. She didn't sign in or anything. Like we were outside, and I was with my girlfriends, and my mom came over to the gate. And so I ran over to talk to her, and I think my girlfriends came over too. And she wasn't there long, but when she was leaving, she said, "Okay, bye, Jazzy. I'll see you this weekend." And because it's her weekend for visitation. And I remember one of my friends looked at me and was like, "You don't live with your mom?" And I remember this, like, literally the inside of me just is like, I don't know. I guess I was supposed to make a sound effect, but like, just, I felt a little bit of me die inside and felt this burning feeling of just, it was more than embarrassment. Like, it was shame. I felt ashamed that I didn't live with my mom. And that was my first time dealing with the shame, but that wasn't even my own shame. That was the shame of, I was dealing with someone else's shame. And that's how dangerous shame can be, is we can have other people's shame inflicted on us and deal with that. Um, there's no need for me to have to ever carry that shame of my mother not being an attentive mother. That has nothing to do with me. I wasn't asked to be here. And so I was too young to understand that. I just knew that as a little girl, people live with their mamas. And if you didn't, something was wrong. I remember the kids in foster homes when we were kids. Everyone knew that these kids were foster kids and everyone knew that they were a little different. And so I didn't want that with me. I wanted to be normal and I wanted to feel like a normal 7-year-old little girl that lives with her fucking mama. But that wasn't my story. And so for a long time, I always walked around with that shame. And so it made me overcompensate for a lot of things. Like I would make up little stories about who my mother really was. I think at one point I told people my mama was Mary J. Blige. Okay. Really, this sounds ridiculous. But that's what I wanted. It was my escape. And that is when you practice lying and shame. When you feel shame, you'll lie to cover it up. Now, if I would have looked that little girl in her face and said, "No, I don't live with my mom. My mom is unable to take care of me, so I live with my father," I probably would have been able to deal with the situation a little better. But you don't know any better, and so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start crying, but I just wanted to share that first part of that story so that when I touch back on shame later, you will understand just how deep it is and how it really affects us as people, and how we've got to do our work and do self-inventory so that we're no longer living in shame, because shame is a deep, dark place, and it leads to addiction, it leads to depression, it leads to suicide, it leads to isolation. And so if you're feeling shamed about anything, ashamed, um, you need to stand in your truth and admit it, because admitting something, oh my gosh, will set you free. Like, I'm supposed to keep all these stories under 5 minutes, and now I'm at 5:22. So I'm gonna have to continue my next story on my next video. But it's a good one. So you guys be sure to tune in tomorrow or later today when I change my shirt. I haven't decided when I'm gonna post it, but yes. Remember, we gotta let go of shame. Shame is not our friend. And I'll tap into that more later. So thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also comment. And I love each and every one of you guys who watch my channel. And thank you.